Hmm.
And then those volunteer hours they can use for early release on some days and whatnot.
Oh.
They're kind of like, hey, I got all my homework done. I have 8 hours of volunteer hours. Can I trade 3 of them in and go home early? And
Wow.
and so that's kind of how that worked. Anyways, I was really surprised at how much fun we had. Doing homemade game. I felt like it was in some kind of. You ever watch those romantic comedies where like the guy and a girl on a first date go to a small town fall festival? That's what it felt like, and it was like, wow, this is actually pretty fucking fun.
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, yeah, it is what
Yeah.
it is. You know what I mean?
No, hey, it's pretty fucking awesome. But like I said, that was a shocker to me. Oh, we don't assign homework in my class, blah blah blah. And I'm like, four out of the. I'm like, you don't assign homework. And like I said, all I could think about was like, where the fuck were you guys when I was a kid? I'm like,
Yeah, baby girl only gets homework on Monday, and granted she's in second
well,
grade,
I think
but
we only got homework on days that ended with Y.
right. Well, it's a huge change because she's in second grade now, and she gets one or two sheets of homework on Monday, and that's it for the rest of the week. Her last school she was in out there was a charter school, and yes, she was in first grade, but she was having at least an hour and a half of homework every day.
Yeah, some of those charter schools they
First
pride
grade.
themselves in academics, because usually they don't have sport programs either, and academics is all they worry about. And I don't know. That's
Well,
another
it
thing
turned
here. The teachers were
baby
talking
girl
about
hated.
burning. It's funny because the teachers were talking about that they don't like to overwhelm students because then there's no time to spend with the family. And we understand that a lot of parents work a lot. And I'm just listening to all this and I'm like, okay, you know what I thought had happened? You remember the old show, You Can't Do That on Television?
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, I used to
I
love it
love
too.
that show.
Especially that segment where things would, what did they call it? When it, it was like, the situations were reversed, like, everything, like they would say yes to everything that would normally be a no,
They would say no to, right? Like opposite day.
like yeah, but and then it would switch back on them, right? Right just when they were getting used to it, it would switch back on them. But I felt like I was in. You can't do that on television, and I'm in that section right there where the teachers are like, oh no, we don't believe in assigning homework. That just overwhelms the student, and
And then
God,
one day, like, then the next time you go to a teacher meeting, they're like, why is your kid not doing any of the homework I sent home?
yeah, I'm waiting for that to happen. We'll see. I guess there's another. This was a this was a specific meeting for T-Bone here, and Thursday is the meet all the teachers. So I guess we'll meet the other two. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I kind of felt bad for them at first. Like I said, oh gosh, they look tired. They look like these kids are driving them nuts,
They
and they
probably
probably
are.
are.
I know my kids drive me nuts sometimes.
Yeah, but can't
Okay,
send them back.
so I don't know if you guys, I'm going to go on switch subjects a little bit. Have you seen the list Disney Plus just put out, I think yesterday, of everything they're releasing on when they start up in November?
No, I have not. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch Jay and Silent Bob, which that was number one on my list this year.
Yeah, I was fucking bummed I wasn't able to go today.
It would have been
Um,
awesome if you would have been here, or I don't know. That's the kind of movie that I would have want you, or I don't know.
yeah, that would have been dope.
That would have been dope. It's funny because I was talking about it a couple of days ago. I went to see the grandkids, and the oldest one is 12, and he's 5'2" already.
Oh my goodness,
And
what are you feeding them?
it's what I said. He's 5'2", pretty big boy. And I was talking about, it's funny when you guys. I don't know. I didn't mean. I did. I started telling them, it's funny how when you think of grandpa, you usually, it's usually an older guy. I'm like, but I was only 30 something. I was 33 years old when you were born, and I was telling him, and one day I remember they just left you there with me, and I wanted to put you to sleep, and you wouldn't go to sleep, and I'm rocking you back and forth, and instead of singing you the traditional rockabye babies or whatever, what am I? I'm rocking him to sleep to $15, little man.
Warping the little bastard's brain from Jump Street.
I'm like, $15, little man. And of course, back obviously he was a baby, so we substituted the word for stuff, in my
Right.
hand. But I was like, geez. So when I'm thinking when he grows up and he's like, you know why I'm so messed up? Grandpa was rocking me to sleep to Jay and Silent Bob's.
That's so badass.
I'm like,
That's legit badass.
that's just crazy. But that's and my daughter's like, oh yeah, I remember that. And it's funny because they would see that because you know how Pato back in the day was ultra religious. So for them to see that, hey, wait a minute, Dad's watching Jay and Silent Bob. What the fuck's
What
going
the
on?
hell?
The
What
hell?
the fuck?
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, my kids recently found out that. Yeah, my wife was telling me, was talking to me one day about how when they were young, I used to toss them in the air and catch them. Now, all fathers do that, right? I think all fathers kind of throw them in the air and kind of
I
catch
think
them and whatnot.
they used to do that to us, so we kind of did it to, yeah.
Well, my wife decided to tell my kids how I used to eat shit out of them, like, yeet! And up they went, like 15 feet. And so they've been giving me a hell of a hard time here lately. They're like, Dad, I'm never going to listen to you again. You used to throw me in the air, like 30 feet in the air.
You endangered me.
And of course, my wife's playing right along with it. She's like, yeah, and it was concrete floor. And we were in the middle of Walmart. Yeah.
It's funny. You can't do that anymore because somebody would rat you out to CPS like...
Yeah, and parents, when I was doing it, parents are standing around watching. They're laughing their asses off, because every time I do it, the kids would just lose their shit and laugh, for a good few minutes.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, it was fun, but yeah, but now if you really think about it, now that we're older, we're like, hey, that shit is dangerous. Like, I think if I would see my daughter or whatever, doing that to the grandkids, I'd be like, hey, don't do that shit. You could drop the kid. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Yeah, I can't say that because now they all know I did it to them.
Yeah, I know. But, well, do as I say, not as I do. So you were saying there's a long list of good shit that's coming on the way if you subscribe to the $6 Disney deal.
Christ almighty. That list is long. Like, I don't know.
It's kind of like, look here, leave the dump Netflix, come over here.
No, I'm torn. I don't know if they're going to be able to compete with Netflix.
Like I said, I love Disney, but I'm rooting for Netflix for some reason. I just like the underdog.
Well, I think Netflix has the ability to do a lot more of the adult compared to Disney. Disney is not going that direction.
Well, yeah. You're right. I mean, we still got to keep it kid friendly in the Disney world,
Right, but I'm going to tell you that list is long, brother. That list is fucking long.
No,
Jesus Christ! They have Disney, they have Pixar, they have live action, they have different cartoons, they have Star Wars, they have Marvel, like, Jesus Christ. But it's only $6, which is going to put a hurting on at least some streaming companies. And then they did their Hulu and ESPN Plus, yeah. And they're offering it like, what is it, like $12.99 and you get all three? So
see that's the move to
like
screw Netflix up.
That was a slick move right there.
Because Hulu they can do all their adult material and put it on Hulu.
Yep. In fact, for a while there was some talk about if they were to continue on with some of the Netflix Marvel shows, Hulu would be a prime location for it.
Yeah. Hey,
But
rumors
I don't
that
think that.
Charlie Cox is going to. I don't know. Let's see if the. I don't know. It's a
Reprise?
rumor. What?
If he's going to reprise his role as Daredevil?
On one of the Spider-Man movies. Have you heard anything
Really?
like that?
I have not heard about that, but that
I
intrigues me.
I've been meaning to. I haven't had a chance to sit down and go digging in the interwebs, but I just remembered that right now. I heard it, in one of the buildings there. People were talking,
Okay.
and they're like, I heard that, yeah, Charlie Cox, is going to reprise his role for one of the Spider-Man movies, and I was like, whoa,
I
okay.
That kind of gives me a little chubby.
I'm like, whoa,
That like I like that. That's
that
badass.
would be fucking awesome. I mean,
Especially if yeah, that would be badass. That would
that
really
that
be badass.
I mean, I'm just saying that, but I don't know. Like I said, it's the interwebs. Just,
Right.
I mean,
Well, there's a
and,
rumor floating around that for the new Batman movie they're going to be doing,
mhm.
that Jonah Hill is going to be doing the Penguin.
Yes, I even saw pictures of that.
I like that casting.
You know what? I saw it and I was like, yeah, I could see that.
I was like,
I
wow,
was
I
like,
really like that.
I can totally see that.
And
Speaking
then
of Penguin, I finally watched the last season of Gotham. Have you
okay,
been?
N-
That
I've
is
caught.
fucking badass. You gotta watch all
What did I
five
watch?
seasons.
I watched
Hmm?
the first season. I think I watched most of the first season of that one.
It's funny because I thought it was the CW producing it. It turns out it's Fox. I've been,
Yeah, I believe it was originally on Fox,
yeah, it
and then
was.
somewhere along the line, did it go to CW?
Nope.
Stayed
It,
on Fox.
yeah, I guess that's the reason why they couldn't call certain characters
Oh
by
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
names, but towards the end, I mean, they just did a fucking awesome job. I mean,
I'll have to watch that.
yeah, you got it. I'm not
I
gonna
was,
spoil it, but season five. I
I
mean,
got.
if you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix.
What did I? I have been getting off on watching Flash. I finally am all done with Flash. Now I just got to watch the new season that just started.
Hmm.
Wife and I have been binging this fucking Outlander show.
Yeah, you've been telling me about that. I
Whenever
haven't.
we get a chance, yeah, you need to watch that. That one's really good.
I watched
What
The
else?
Wu Assassin. That was pretty good. I finally finished it. Let's see. Yeah, you told me about Outlander.
Yeah,
Right now, I
and
guess
then
the. Go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, going along the Gotham theme.
Mhm.
They announced who's going to be playing Catwoman in the new Batman movie,
Oh yeah.
and it's Zoe Kravitz. I think
Okay.
that's her name. Wow.
You know the girl from Gotham. Uh, Gosh, that was almost like looking at a young Michelle Pfeiffer, or
Okay.
I don't, or I want, some of those video games like Arkham, whatever.
Right.
She looked like she came out of there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the young girl. And then can't think of her name right now. I could probably look her up in the interwebs, but I don't want to screw anything up because last time I was trying to look up stuff on the interwebs and record. I think that's
Bada
how
bing.
bada bing bada boom. That's how we had our first mishap where
Oh no.
Skype went out, and that's why the last episode. By the way, thank you for listening. If you're there, but sorry, we just
Yeah,
got
we
into
do
it.
like it. Please do it. We want to keep doing this.
We want to keep doing this. Yeah. Thank you for listening. But yeah, last episode we were celebrating K-Dogg's birthday. There's two different episodes because we started off and then I was trying to look something up and I cut him off, I guess, and I was like, oh shit. So now I figured, okay, I'll let him do the looking up, and my laptop is just strictly for the for the recording program. And oh god,
Hey, that's all gravy.
it's
But yeah,
awesome.
so this new Batman,